Okay, so in the last part, we discussed the structure, we discussed all this. So I just realized that one thing that we wanted to check is ki why few of these components are under a directory and others are outside the directory. So the reason being is React uses the router in React that uses the folder structure to create routes. So we do not have to explicitly set up the routes in any external file or any separate file. It's just key it picks up the folder structure and create routes against it. So that is why few of them are inside a directory. Now let's move on to the next thing, which is placeholder data. So here they are talking about using a third-party service to get some API response, JSON response. And meanwhile, till the time that response is not available, so they have created this placeholder data. So that is inside lib directory. We can check that inside lib. Here it is. We have the placeholder data. Yes, we have data for user, customers, invoices, revenue. Now let's check what they are saying next. They are saying that in Next.js they are using TypeScript or the TypeScript reactive TSX. So these are the extension TypeScript. We already know key that .ts is TypeScript extension. So TSX is the reactive way of writing TypeScript. Uh, then we can see if it's okay. Snippet when required. From now on, take a look at the definition TS file. Hey, manual define the file. Okay, all right. So, what we are doing in the definitions file is this is a definitions file. Here we are defining some data types. So these data types we are defining so that when we are fetching data from our external database, we know what kind of response we are expecting in that query. So that is why we are declaring all these types. These will be the responses that we might expect and of this structure. All right. Now the next thing is okay. They are telling the benefits of using TypeScript, why to declare it, types to avoid issues. Then they have also mentioned about Prisma and Drizzle, which can build all your these definitions based on your database schema automatically. So I have not used it, so we'll not go into this. Maybe in future we can decide to create a separate video on these two. But now let's move further in this tutorial running the development server. Okay, all right. So the basic setup of the application is that where we have created some static data, some static files, some components. We have bootstrapped all these things together. Then we have some CSS also done. Now it's time to run this application. So to run the application, first thing is we have to install the packages that are required to build or run the application. We do that using this command, and then using this we run our dev server. So by default, it runs the dev server on port 3000. Let's check if it is running at port 3000. Okay, all right, there it is. It looks something like that. Although for you it will look different because right now I have already reached chapter 2. So I have done some CSS changes. That is why it is looking like this. But to you, you will see the content and a button. So let's start with chapter 2 now.